Hello, everybody, and welcome to Zimbabwe Daily, your platform, your everyday platform, where we bring you sports, news, entertainment, current affairs, politics, everything. We do it here. Welcome to In Studio with a program where we bring to you people who are doing something within the arts, entertainment, and sports fields. And today it is my singular honor to welcome Munyaradzi into the studio. Munyaradzi, welcome to Zimbabwe Daily.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for having me.
Excellent. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Munyaradzi Bopoto. I'm a spoken word poet and an author. Yeah, so I've been doing this for like 6 years. Started when I was a teen. I'm from Pumula, Bulawayo. Yeah, so I recently moved in here to Harare so that I can just maybe expand a little bit more.
Right. And Bulawayo is like the center of arts and really for me, because I mean you guys do very, very well. So allow me to congratulate you. Tell us about this African honor on yourself.
Okay. So last month the award called the African Authors Global African Authors Awards. They started around 2017. So every year they like honor authors from all over the continent.
Right.
Yeah, and so I submitted my book because I felt like okay, maybe I could get honored. And to my surprise, managed to get the award home. So I was happy.
Yay! And it's coming from Zimbabwe.
How
does that make you feel?
Yeah, that makes me feel good. I really feel good. It makes me feel motivated more than anything to say, okay, maybe we really can like aim for international platform. It's not only just saying, okay, it's Bulawayo, it's Harare, it's Mutare, or we can go as big as we want to go.
Right. And tell us about the entry, the book that you entered into this particular award.
Okay, so the book is titled Talking to Walls. Yeah, it's a collection of poems. Some of them I've performed, some of them are just like page poetry. So
when you say page poetry, what do you mean?
Okay, so the like spoken word where you get like maybe invited to a certain festival, you can just perform your piece, and then page poetry is just like you write specifically for the page for like someone to maybe read, not necessarily for performing.
Right.
Yes.
And I can see you have the book with you.
Yes, I have the book with me here.
Right.
So this is the book that was honored. So the book is about a lot of things.
Right.
Yeah, self-introspection, growing up in the streets, like what young people face in the streets, like the challenges that they face. So yes, a lot of issues, a bit of politics, a bit of love. Yeah.
Right. You can never do away with the politics, right?
You can never do.
No, right.
You can never do it.
And is this your first offering? Tell us about your writing journey.
Yeah, it's my first offering as a single author, but I've been featured in quite a number of international publications before I published this one. So it was just like authors coming from different countries in Africa and America as well. So a lot of, for example, Best New African Poets 2020, Best New African Poets 2018. And then there's a Spanish journal. Yeah, so basically those were just actually building also my my confidence, and also I was learning from these other various authors, and then compared, and I'm like, okay, let me publish my first solo book.
How was that process of? Can I hold it?
Yes, you can.
Let me hold it. So this is Talking Towards Y'all. It's a compilation of the spoken and page poetry done by Munyaradzi Bopoto. This is his first book on his own. He has contributed. You have contributed to journals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now, when you were penning this down, I know you said writing into these different platforms helped to boost your confidence.
Yeah.
When you were penning this, did you think that it was going to win an award at all?
I didn't think. I could have never thought it would win an award. Never. But I don't know. I just felt like when I was starting, especially like when I was young, 16, whenever, I just felt like there is no limit to this. I could take it as far as I wanted to, but I really didn't think, okay, I would get an award with my first book. Yeah.
All right. I'm inspired.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Right. And poetry in Zimbabwe. Tell me about your journey, your poetic journey, the platforms that you've heard. You're coming from Pumula,
Yeah.
and there's so many young people out there who do poetry maybe just for fun, in the hood or
Yeah.
at home, but
Yeah.
really don't know how to step out there and and be on platforms and stuff. How did you get to be along that journey where you have platforms to perform, eventually writing into other people's international journals, as you've said,
Yeah.
and finally penning your own
Yeah.
book? Tell me about that one.
Okay. Yeah. So I think first and foremost, it's about the hunger of like the person, like the poet or the artist. And secondly, the use of like digital platforms. There's one thing you need to research about the people that are already doing what you want to do and like seek for assistance. For example, like the person that wrote the foreword to this book is actually like a mentor to me. And I just followed him online and then just talked to him like, okay, I have a passion for this. I don't know how to do this. Can you help me?
All right.
Just out of the blue. And yeah, he replied, and then that. So you get to get mentors that actually tell you, oh no, okay, you can do this, you can do this. And then you just try to also keep your ears on the ground, like hunt for opportunities. Because
Right.
yeah, might have a talent, but no one's gonna say, okay, you have a talent, come here. You just need to put yourself in that position where it's like, okay, I see you, and then they can, yeah.
So if they don't create the stage, you create the stage yourself.
You create the stage yourself. Basically, that's it.
Right. So
Yeah.
we are talking to Munyaradzi, and this is in studio with right here on Zimbabwe Daily. We'll take a short break. Hello and welcome back to Zimbabwe Daily. This is in studio with, and today we have a young artist, Munyaradzi Bopoto. Munyaradzi, you were talking about the need for an individual to have drive and to go for what they want. When you look at our own Zimbabwean context in terms of literary art, where are we?
We are far.
Right.
I would say we are far. Yeah, yeah. Because it's really hard for example, like an artist, an author, to actually live and make ends meet using their craft. So
Right.
basically, most even like award-winning authors, established names in the literary industry, they do this as a way of, okay, this is passion, I can't just give up on it. But they have like side hustles or like something that gives in the steady income. So I think we need to get to a point where we get to get revenue and like monetize. We're not doing it for money, but to get to monetize the talent, the craft, so that
Right.
so that we can get to invest in it as well, to create other platforms for everyone, like the others coming up. Because like you stated, we have some people that are so talented, but they don't have that platform. And I feel like once we get that revenue, we can be able to say, okay, let me create platforms from boys in the streets, from the girls that are interested in poetry. And yeah, I think we're still far. We're still far.
It really paints it paints a rather sad picture. We were talking to Gareth Ziambi, looking at our sports in Zimbabwe, and we're still far. So we are far in everything. We are far in the arts. We are far in the sports. We are far, in terms of our economy. We are far. So what do we need to do? This is in studio with, and we have Munyaradzi Bopoto. We like to hear from you. We love to see those likes and stuff coming, so that we are able to support the talent that we have. We have Twelelo, who said, push on, push on. God is with you. He will never leave nor forsake you. What's the importance of people on social media when you post your stuff and when you say, I'm putting myself out there?
They're very important. They are very important. Like they actually keep us going, because without a reader or without like someone being interested in your craft, like we are nothing.
Right.
Yeah. So basically, family, friends, like fans that like some people you don't even know, but they say, "Oh, I just saw your thing," or then they really inspire us, because at a certain point in time, I've met like even my peers, they feel like, giving up on like this craft. But then when we get feedback from other people, spectators, then be like, okay, we just
I'm doing
can't.
something.
Yeah. Because it's not about us anymore. It's about maybe like someone who's just out there feeling like, okay, I can't achieve something. But then they look at you, they're like, okay, I think I can. Yeah. So it's not about us anymore. It's about,
Right. I'm going to ask you to do one of the poetry, your stage poetry, for our viewers who are joining us on the platform, so that we get a feel of what stage poetry is all about. So over to you.
Okay. Should I do the whole piece or just
give us something?
Okay. So what do you think when a person say the words "I'm from the streets"? Are they gangster, a rapster? You see, the thoughts of a human being are influenced by another's opinion, consciously or subconsciously. See, my philosophy is like an ocean, but approach me with caution because I'm from the streets.
I'm from the streets. We'll take another short break. Right, welcome back. Welcome back to Zimbabwe Daily. This is in studio with, and we have Munyaradzi Bopoto here, the author to Talking to Walls, an award-winning poetic. What do you call this?
It's called an anthology.
Yeah, an anthology. Yeah. This is an award-winning anthology, the fourth award ceremonies, and a Zimbabwean wins that.
That was good.
That was good, right?
Yeah.
It gives us hope as a nation and as a people to see young people doing so well on regional and international platforms. And here you are, a boy from Pumula.
Yeah.
Tell me about where you're coming from and what has motivated you to say, you know what, this is my area.
Yeah.
And you have a side hustle, right?
Yes, I have a job on the side.
Yeah, because we were supposed to sit down together last Wednesday, and you were not able to come because you were not able to get the free time that you'd hoped to get.
Yes.
And you've mentioned the issue that, side hustles and, your own work not paying or not being able to take care of your needs. And as much as you're doing it because it's a passion, but a passion, you don't eat passion, right?
You don't eat passion.
The passion has to do something to make sure that you keep going. Tell us about that Pumula boy.
Yeah, so in like where I come from, it's pretty much like most like impoverished neighborhoods in around Zimbabwe. Just that stereotypical picture of like most people, they finish school. After they finish school, they have nothing to do. They sit in the streets, they drugs and everything. So for me, writing was a way of like just escaping some of those places, because I knew as much as we could blame whoever, but it was not going to help me. So it was more of an escape until I was like, okay, maybe I can do something with it. And then when it comes to like having side hustles and try to make it work as well, I think also we're living in a digital era. Artists must now be like in a position to say, okay, I can find ways to monetize like my craft, and then you can be able to, for example, there's Amazon, there's YouTube. Yeah, so you can target people outside Zimbabwe that are interested in the craft already. Yeah, so that is kind of like, I think, what we can do as artists, as authors, to say, okay, we can try to grow, because what I've realized is, if you get continental recognition or international recognition, even people from your own country start to be like, okay,
Yeah, this one.
because this one, yeah. So it's, you win, yeah, both ways, yeah.
Right. And parting shots as we close, what would you say to our government in terms of supporting the arts sector? And what would you say to a young person who is situated somewhere where probably they don't even have internet, they can't research as much as, the enlightened younger ones in the cities can do? They're just there, and that's it. But they've got a skill.
They've got a skill. First and foremost, yes, to the government, I really think they need to support the arts. It's a way of also improving the economy, right? Yeah, investing in it, because there's so much talent in Zimbabwe, like so much talent, that it pains everyone to see, like, most people give up on the talent, because, like, okay, I can't make anything out of it in Zimbabwe. Let me just, then they settle for less. And yeah, so I think if they take time to invest in the arts, it will pay in the most dividends. When it comes to maybe someone in a rural place, or in a place where they don't even have like the resources. The thing is, the major goal is not to give up.
Right.
Because the thing is, you can't figure it out all at once. That's the most mistake that people make. You try to figure out your whole life in one day. You try to figure it in 1 week. You just, like, step by step. Okay, I'm just gonna keep writing. I'll keep asking around. I'll keep just that thing of saying, because something may come. Someone may notice, maybe a friend, maybe at school, a teacher, like, okay, this kid is talented in something. So just being passionate and a bit of obsessed about your gift, right?
Right.
You are bound to get somewhere. So start where you are and just make daily improvements. I really think that would definitely help.
And what initiatives can arts organizations do in order to identify the talents that we have in our communities?
And this is a very important thing that you just stressed out.
Right.
Because some most festivals, they really try to look for people that are already, like, known,
established. Yeah, people who known already.
Yeah. So I think, for example, targeting schools, catch them while they're young, because you can have someone who's doing commercials, accounting, and all that, but maybe they're passionate in music. But just because, okay, I have to do this. So if, like, we could create like competitions or platforms, and we get into schools and just try to, like, promote whatever that they're talented in, whatever, whether it's writing, whether it's dancing, whether it's innovation. We have people that are now innovative, that, like, inventing something. We have kids that do like that. So once we get into schools, I really think getting into schools would really help the child, because they realize, okay, I can do school and there's something I'm passionate about.
Right.
They can balance it out. It's not like they need to focus on school only, because most people, like, they get out of school, they realize that, okay, education only is
Really
not
not
going to make
for
it.
that.
It's not going to cut it only. So they need that education, they need that skill.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And as we round up our discussion, I mean, it's always inspirational when we hear young people talk about the things that they're passionate about, and they're moving boundaries. They are changing the narrative. It's always that exciting and that inspirational. If people wants to get your book, Talking to Walls, where do they go?
Okay, so there's in Bulawayo there is a shop called the Zimbabwe New Authors. So they could probably get it there. And in terms of they can contact me directly.
Right.
I would love to actually deliver. I can deliver anywhere. And also we can send via FedEx. So they can contact me 0784 388 964.
Take that number again.
Okay, 0738 0784 rather 388 964.
0784
388
388
964.
964. That's the number for you to get in touch with the Munya if you want to have a copy of this anthology, Talking to Walls. It is pegged, and I'm looking forward to reading. I want to read something about the book. It says, while the mind in seclusion wanders through the shades of gray walls, taking in the coats of paints, the heart engulfed with residues of emotions takes in the patterns of the bricks and the thickness of plaster. Unspoken messages are conveyed. Telepathic gifts awakened to the realization of unforeseen dreams and realities. The mind and heart, like a paradox, battle to find the sought after answers to fill the void. The illusion of gray walls, patterns of daydreams, plasters of defense, courts of justice, all in talking to walls. This is Samantha Nomaswazi Nono, the director at Heart Flames Distributors, founder and CEO, something, Creative Writers Foundation. What is the correct reading of that?
Singoli Creative Writers Foundation.
That one, Singoli Creative Writers Foundation. Such an apt description of what's in there.
She really did describe it well.
She did, right?
Yeah.
It's so like it because a lot of people are going through a lot of challenges, and mental health issues have started to rise up now. And there's poetry. And really, not really many people understand what happens. And I think poetry is more complex than even just writing a novel. Tell me about poetry writing.
Poetry writing is fun because and one thing is like you stated, most people don't really understand it. And I feel like you don't have to understand it, you just have to feel it. It's not something you read in terms of, okay, I just have to understand it. You just have to feel it. So it's also like self-therapeutic, like for example, going through depression, because I've had like a couple of people read this book, and there's a certain poem that touched someone else. That it was speaking about a bit in like orphans and all that, and the person was like, this poem gave me a bit of strength. So poetry is a thing like, okay, you don't have to understand it there and then. You can get to read this and then just you put it away. One day maybe you just feel like, okay, I need to get some sleep, let me just get some coffee, let me read. Then you can read 2 or 3 poems. You get to like, okay, I didn't get that when I was reading it last week or last month. So that's basically it. It's not a matter of just rushing to finish it, you digest it.
I see. I see. That's poetry.
That's poetry for you.
Thank you so much, Munyaradzi, for sharing the passion and sharing some of the unspoken pains that people go through, and you put it in a book.
Thank you so much.
It's amazing what a creative mind can do. And for me, I'm honored to be sitting right here with you, talking about your journey in the arts field. Where do we see you? Where are you going?
I don't know where I'm going. I'm joking. Besides poetry, I have like a passion for entrepreneurship. Which is something that I'm working towards on, and it's part of my side hustle. So what I want to do, I want to first explore more on the entrepreneurship entrepreneurship, so that I can be able to actually fund more of my creative projects. But yeah, I'm working on a second book which will come next year.
Right.
Yeah, I can't say the title yet.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
but it's also a poetry anthology, and it's going to be a lot different from this one. Yeah, so you can expect a book from me next year, and I'm also performing at a certain show
Right.
happening next month. So yeah,
And COVID-19, how has that affected you as an artist?
it has affected a lot because before COVID, we used to like get like people inviting us to come and perform. It was not only festivals; it was like maybe, for example, at a pub, they just feel like, okay, we need someone that can add a little bit of flavor with poetry. Maybe at a wedding, can you write a romance poem to try and like, yeah. So those kind of events are really like constrained right now. Yeah. So that is really, really hit hard. But yeah,
you keep going.
you keep going.
Still you rise.
You still you rise.
Right. Thank you so much, Munya, for taking your time to sit with us and having this conversation.
Yeah.
We hope that your entrepreneurial endeavors will also hit gold, like talking to all as that.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am, for having me.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Zimbabwe, for joining us on In Studio with. Today we were talking to our artist and poet, Munyaradzi Bopoto, and as he was introducing his anthology, Talking to Walls. Please do support our local artists. Do support our young ones. How much is this book going for?
It's going for $10.
This is $10.
Yeah.
10 US.
Yes.
10 US dollars. And I don't know, those RTGS. Do you take?
Yeah, we
EcoCash?
take EcoCash, RTGS, any form of payment.
Any form of payment, yeah. But yeah, it's going for $10. Let's support our young artists and give them a reason to keep going and to keep pushing. We need more of this to develop and to grow in our nation. Thank you so much for joining us today as we were looking at what needs to be done in the arts sector to ensure that our artists are able to perform and that our hearts are also filled with the information that we get from this box. Thank you so much, Zimbabwe. Have yourselves a wonderful rest of the day.